Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Disappointed Dragon. I've found some really cool stuff lately, so I'm pretty happy about today's episode. As you guys know, if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I very, very much enjoy miniatures, micro machines, other tiny vehicles, miniaturizations of things that are large. I love them. And you also know that I love Transformers. So when I saw this, I had to get it. This is the Nano Hollywood Rides Transformers edition. And we've got a tiny Decepticon Starscream, tiny Autobot Bumblebee, and a tiny Autobot Optimus Prime. Obviously, these don't transform. They're just basically little micro machines, but they look really good in the package, and I'm very excited to open this up. I don't think this was super expensive. I think I paid $8 plus tax, although I don't really remember. I did purchase these a little while ago and pick them up, but they're really cool. They actually have multiple sets. This is the 3-pack. There was also a movie pack, which had the stuff from the Transformers movie. I did not get that one. I'm not as big a fan of the Bayverse stuff as these, but this is really cool. I also found, recently went to my parents' house and found my original Hot Wheels Micromaster. A little micro machine here. This is the one that came with my micro machine playset, and I'm really happy to have it with me here, so I figured I'd use it as comparison. It's such a cool little thing. It's branded Micro Machines. It's fantastic. I also found my old playset, which at some point I might show in a video if I can get it to fit in Frank's. It's very large. So let's open this up. I also have to say I really like the packaging. It's got the toy versions of the Transformers are on the background, which is really cool. Of course, the packaging's a little hard to get off, but that's okay. And let's see, we'll start with Starscream here. And the first thing I have to say is that it's quite hefty for a little toy. It's metal, has little wheels on the bottom, made by Jada Toys Inc. in China. It's got wheels. Now, those wheels don't really spin. They're very stiff. I can't actually spin them with my fingers, which is interesting. I hope that the cars aren't like that. With the jet, it doesn't really matter, but it does look really cool. I would say it is not to scale with the micro machine here. It'd be very small people piloting this jet. Next, we'll take a look at the Bumblebee. Again, really hefty, beautiful little Autobot symbol there, which is really tiny. You can compare it to my finger. This thing is small. The wheels do spin freely on this little guy here. Looks like they gave him like some weight through those little screws at the bottom. Another Autobot symbol there. 2022 Hasbro, all rights reserved, Jada Toys. Wonderful little thing. That is closer to scale to the Micro Machines. So that's cool. Let's put them actually so you can see them in the background when I'm looking at the other ones. And then the leader of the Autobots himself, Optimus Prime, which looks fantastic. Again, the wheels spin freely. Well painted Autobot symbols. Oh, that Autobot symbol on the bottom is wrecked, but who really cares about that? And he spins really well. And again, I would say it's slightly out of scale with the other one, but that's fine. I do like how they've molded the, if it'll focus, the hatch where his head would have come out if he was in an actual Transformer. That's really cool. And those things are awesome. I love those. They're going to go straight into my Micro Machine collection, and I'm very happy to have them. Also, if you're wondering what this is, this is the headlight lens from a vehicle. I got my brother to pull it out when we were at the auto wreckers looking for parts for his vehicle because I just thought it was neat. It's kind of a weird reversed magnifier there. I don't really know what I would do with it, but I thought it was neat, so I had him pull it out for me. However, the video is not yet over. Normally, this is where I would say that we were done and I'd see you next time, but we are not done, for I have another miniature that is the complete opposite to this in quality and everything else, but still on theme. We have, if it'll zoom out, Whoop. We have the world's smallest action micro figures, Starscream. I found this one actually at the dollar store. The other ones I got at Walmart, but this was at the dollar store, and it does not look very good. World's smallest is one of those things. I love the idea of the brand, and they have made some really cool stuff, but a lot of the things just end up looking really bad. And this one is not an exception. When I give you a close-up, you'll see. Now, I tried to find the best-looking one because I had quite a few. Of course, I only had Starscream. You can see here, what is this little bag in there for? Yeah, whatever. As you can see on the back here, if I zoom in for you, that there's supposed to be 3 of them. They only had Starscream. You can also see that the Starscream is supposed to have a painted black head, which, spoiler alert, the actual one does not. Let's see if I can get it out of its plastic here. Sorry for the horrible noises as I take it apart. There we go. Okay. As you can see, its head is not painted. I don't know if that's just an error, if they're all like that, and maybe that's why they're at the dollar store, but I do like how it comes on this tiny little plastic card that has an opener in the back so you can take it out and play with it. Transform from robot to car and back. This is not true. Authentic Transformers, the original one would not have had that, nor that Hasbro logo for that matter, but we're splitting hairs. The reason that I'm kind of annoyed with this thing is just how poor the molding on the figure is. And you can see it's very poorly painted, and there's a lot of mold lines and stuff. This is not how you do miniatures. This, if you'll focus. Focus. Thank you. This looks infinitely better than this. That being said, though, it is still a small little thing, so I'm not expecting a lot of detail from it. They do have the Decepticon symbols on the back, and I'm wondering... his arms do move. It's really hard to focus on this tiny little thing. Its arms do move, and I believe its head does too, because the head was turned on some of them in the package, but I can't get my fingers in there enough to move it. But I do have to say, for something, the world's smallest series, they make a lot of stuff. I just, when it turns out like this, his eyes are just blobs and the paint is really bad, I get a little bit discouraged, because if you remember the Star Wars ones we did, the tiny Mandalorian, Din Djarin, was really nicely painted and everything in comparison to this, and that was, I think that was even smaller than this, if I recall. But, you know, it is what it is. It is exceptionally tiny. Now, how do I get him to go back into his packaging so that he sits nicely in his... I'm never going to get him back inside of his casing now that I've taken him out. This is riveting content, I know, listening to me try to put a tiny miniature Transformer toy back into its itty-bitty container. He does not wish to go back in. That is... From the front, that looks all right, though. Like, it is still an okay thing, but I mean, in comparison to the other miniatures we've been looking at, this one is not fantastic. Also, the case won't close now. So, like, this case is supposed to be for storage, but it just doesn't want to close very well. There we go. Still, as far as miniatures go, it's not great. These others are just infinitely better. And that'll do it for this episode, guys. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, and miniature vehicles are amazing. Bye!